Hello, I am Leo, and for my Global Feminist project, I chose to do the AWDF, which is an African Women's Development Fund. It is a pan-African feminist grant-making organization that was established in 2000s to support women's rights and feminist movements in Africa. It is located in Accra, Ghana. The AWDF helps provide financial resources and support to organizations striving for gender equality and justice. So for my first topic, I'm going to be talking about the gender norms and challenges in Africa. In many African societies, traditional structures end up defining lots of gender roles. This often limits women's opportunities and shows how unequal it actually is. I wrote down some challenges, and for the first one, quoted from UN Women by Sima Bahous. Women often are earning less than men and face many barriers to financial resources and other things like land ownership. Another one was an article called The Guardian by Mina Salami. Women end up frequently excluded from important things like decision-making and politics. This results in policies that do not need to address their needs that are more shifted towards men. Another one is high rates of domestic violence, sexual assault, and harmful crimes happen in lots of regions. And then lastly, LGBTQ plus rights. In many African countries, LGBTQ plus individuals face many counts of discrimination due to being an LGBTQ plus. This takes their ability to live safely in the outside world. Cultural, religious, and traditional beliefs significantly influence these gender norms, often reinforcing discriminatory practices. All right, for my second topic, I'm going to be doing the origins and goals of the AWDF. The AWDF was founded by African feminists, including B.C. Fayemi and Hilda Tadria, with the mission to mobilize financial, human, and material resources to support initiatives led by African women. Their vision is an Africa where gender justice, peace, and respect for women's rights. Some of the goals are providing grants to support projects that promote women and gender equality, enhancing the skills and capabilities of women's organizations to advocate for policy changes and implement impactful programs, and then lastly, engaging in advocacy to influence policies that affect women's rights and gender equality across the continent. Those were all quoted from a big article that they wrote. It was 90 pages, called The African Women's Rights and Feminist Movements in Bloom. All right, some of the progress and achievements they have. Grant making, they have supported over 1,600 women's organizations in 42 African countries, addressing issues from economic empowerment to reproductive health. Another one is initiatives like KASA, Ending Sexual Violence in West Africa, have been launched to combat sexual violence through feminist action and advocacy. African women's rights and feminist movements in bloom. Lastly, developed comprehensive plans to guide their mission, emphasizing the importance of women's rights and gender equality. And those were all from the same book that they wrote, with all their aims of what they want to do and what they've achieved. Some of the challenges and future steps that they had: sustainable funding, ensuring continuous financial support for organization remains a priority for them. Political resistance, where gender equality initiatives may face some oppression, and then a lot of cultural barriers. Those were all quoted from the same book. So in terms of looking ahead, AWDF aims to expand its reach, foster stronger partnerships, and continue advocating for policies that uphold women's rights and gender equality across Africa.